What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I want to get into the Jets getting some interest in Tristan Colon. Yes, according to Rich Cimini, the New York Jets have had multiple, not one, but multiple teams reach out about Tristan Colon. Could the New York Jets actually flip and trade Colon? That would be pretty sick. The Jets are expected to carry 10 offensive linemen, assuming Carter Warren is going to be good to go to start the season. If not, it could be 9. But Tristan Colon's roster spot is not a guarantee, and more than likely, he is not going to make this roster because they are pretty deep at center. You have Connor McGovern, who's expected to start. Joe Tippmann is expected to be the number 2. And then you have Wes Schweitzer, who can play center and guard as well. So don't really have a need for Colon on this roster. So far this preseason, he, being Tristan Colon, has played left guard, center, and right guard. So he's versatile. He's played on both sides of the offensive line for the New York Jets and taken some snaps at center. He started 4 games over the course of his 3-year career with Baltimore, where he was from 2020 through the 2022 season. Again, this doesn't seem like you'd be able to get a ton for him in trade. In a trade, he is someone who I would have expected to be a cut candidate, but Joe Douglas has tried this before. Like we found out, with Bam Knight, who the Jets officially, waived yesterday, that they were trying to move him via trade because, well, they didn't want to lose him for nothing. And there's a chance that he could end up on the practice squad. Like, obviously, there's a chance with all these guys that they could just end up on the Jets practice squad. But this would be just a typical Joe Douglas thing in a positive. I mean, typical Joe Douglas in a positive, where he has traded someone where you would have thought that they had no business getting any sort of draft capital back, and you do it, whether it's Jordan Willis, Blake Cashman. He did this with Blake Cashman a few years ago. Jacob Martin was someone who was a surprise trade. It was a pick swap. It was like Jacob Martin in 5th for a 4th round pick. Like, who knows what he is going to be able to do? And I think that would probably be my best guess on what it would be in a draft. It would probably be, pure speculation, right? This is just an educated guess, but maybe like Cologne and a 2025 7th for a 2025 6th round pick. That is also a patented Joe Douglas move, where you're doing a pick swap and pretty much attaching a player with a pick to move up in the draft. So you're attaching a player to jump up a round, essentially. My guess would be that it would be a 7th jumping to a 6th. In next year's draft class. I would be pretty surprised if it was anything higher than that, but hey, Joe Douglas has done it before. But what are your thoughts on the potential of the New York Jets trading Tristan Colon, having interest in Tristan Colon? To me, that was a little bit of a surprise, something that we'll be watching for today, as today is the roster cutdown day. I'll be going live, by the way, at 3 o'clock. Rosters are supposed to be set by 4, so I'll go live at 3. React to some of the news of the day. We'll talk through some things. We'll react to NFL news as it's going right down to the wire. And then we'll stay on and talk about the New York Jets roster at 4 o'clock. And I'm sure we'll have a pretty good idea for what it is. But come hang out at 3 right here on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.